My answer to the question is, who cares? Not enough for me. The Rebbe created us and gave us Torah and mitzvahs, and we do them. What's the problem with that? Why are you looking at me funny? You look at me funny. Why do we have to ask the question? What difference does it make?
It's not a question, or we shouldn't ask the question?
No, it's not. If you have the question, you have to ask it. And once you ask it, the next question becomes, why are you asking it? And why are you asking it has an enormous bearing on how you answer it. But l'cha'ira, it shouldn't be a question. We believe in God, I imagine, yeah? Most of the Ruba, yeah?
One vote.
All in favor, say aye.
We believe in Har Sinai, we believe in Meshach, we believe in Peshval Peh. So this is what the Rebbe told us to do, so do it. I'm trying to figure out where the question is coming from. The question can come from one of two places. And the difference between one question and the other question has an incredible bearing on what the answer is going to be. Is the question coming from doubt? Or is the question a scholastic question, an academic question, a long discussion? And they're very, very different questions. If it's a question that's coming from doubt, then we have to establish priorities. It's in TOEFL. Because what the answer is, assuming there is an answer, matters very little. That we get our doubt, our suffix, redeemed, is much, much more important. In other words, if a person has sfeikes and emunah, what he needs is emunah, not terutzim to kashas. In the real world, to go from sfeikes and emunah to emunah, you sometimes have to negotiate the kashas and the terutzim, but it's never allowed to be about the kashas and the terutzim, because all the answers in the world are going to give nobody one drop of emunah. I hope you guys figure this out in your lives. Sooner or later, you'll discover that if you could answer every question any applicators could ask about anything in Yiddishkeit, you will be not one drop frum. Because we're not frum because it makes sense. Religion is not a science. We're frum because we believe. And our emunah has to be intact. Believe sekis, period. And it's not easy. I'm not going to be so foolish, and it's very difficult in many cases to have emunah, but it's important to be honest about what the issue is. If our issue is emunah, we have to say, I have an emunah issue. Now, because of the emunah issues, should the question be answered? On some level, yes, but the key is that the emunah is addressed, not the answer to the question. If the question is being asked academically, so first of all, it wouldn't be a bad idea if we wouldn't take ourselves so seriously. If I don't have the answer, I'll sleep. Nothing is going to happen if I don't have the answer. And Vashenis, there's answers. That's how I was invited to come here, so I'm here. I'm very happy to be here, but it's a funny question. It's a funny question. So this is my first statement. Let's be clear that we're not asking the question, at least from my perspective. Let's be clear, we're not asking the question from the perspective of sfeikes and emunah. Because if we are, we got a real issue, and you don't need answers. Whatever you need. You need a hug, you need a kiss, you need a kick in the pants, you need to almost be in a car accident. You need your emunah retrieved intact. If this is not an emunah question, it's simply a scholastic question, so Torah is bligavul, it never finishes.
I'm saying, for me personally, I remember I went to my mashpia of mine years ago in yeshiva, and I said I was having trouble. I didn't enjoy davening; it was really boring. In LA, it was really long. And
Where
I
is
just
it?
had a really tough time. So I said, and Amuna, I don't think I had a problem. I said, 100% I don't. But like seriously, it gets hard for me. Like Hashem really cares. I'm learning how amazing He is. He doesn't need my davening. So like, what's so important to me to do this mitzvah?
Did Mamish bothers you?
No. Does it bother me?
Not anymore.
It would be a little cooler. It would be a little cooler to me if the king actually saw that I prayed and really heard everything I said. I didn't really understand that so.
But
So the mitzvah, does he love when I do a mitzvah? Does he really care? If he cared, I'd be more excited. I think so. So it's not a scholastic, it's not a Muna thing. I'm just saying.
Maybe-
Say for me, it could be like
Maybe that's the hug.
Yeah, probably the hug.
I have a secret for you. The Abish that we're expecting Mashiach every second.
Yeah.
Calls man is a lama of stadium. He's not giving you any visible hugs. So get used to that.
No, I'm talking about that. Does he care? If my father cares that I do him a favor, maybe he won't give me anything, but I'll do it with much more excitement if he really is involved. If it's not just if it affects him, then I probably would have a little more chayas.
So you're trying to create a middle ground. You're saying, I believe that this is the Eibishter's Ratzon. I believe this is what the Eibishter wants. But I don't feel...
I don't know.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Is that,
Me,
is that not
I
the whole
don't
point of
understand, I
Chassidus?
don't feel.
The whole point of Chassidus is
I don't know. Of course I know. The Eibishter told me to do this. I got to do it. Why
The
is that
president
not
made a
the
new
issue?
law. He has no idea if I follow the law or not.
Huh?
There's the president made a law,
No.
and he doesn't know if I follow
Yeah, but
the
the
law.
president's not the Eibishter.
Chas v'shalom, I know, but I'm just
So
saying.
when you-
That's
when
the
the Eibishter
question.
makes a law-
Does he care? Does he know?
There's two different questions. Does he know or does he
Yeah,
care?
I'm sorry. Does he care? Does he care?
So I'm asking you, what difference does it make? He gave you this mitzvah. The Eibishter is not...
Because I'm low.
Saying he'll do it with more time.
Yeah.
We'll do it with more.
I'm low. I'm a yokel, so I don't. I'll do it. I will motivate me more if Hashem cares. Does that make sense?
But I don't understand. The Eibishter told you to do something.
'Cause I'm not
Why
such-
would you wonder if he cares? If I tell you to do something, do you need to know if I have a reason? Unless I'm an idiot, I probably have a reason. I probably have a
It
motivation.
would make it easier for me to get up in the morning to go down if I know Hashem really wants it.
But why would you think he doesn't? Where does
He's
the
so
question?
amazing. He's so much greater.
But he gave it to you. He wasted his time, quotes, to give you the mitzvah. So where is the question coming from? Verstehe nicht. I don't. If he gave you the mitzvah, Mistame cares. Mistame, he wouldn't have given it to you otherwise. What's the philosophy of his caring? Precisely how he cares.
Why do we learn this at all?
Huh?
Why do we learn this at all?
Why do we learn? This is a very
know it.
different. We can learn Chassidus that we should feel connected to the
That's
Eibishter.
what it's trying to say.
It's
Whoa, 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 whoa! No! That's not the question. The question is what's going on in the Eibishter's head, not what's going on in my heart. And who cares what's going on in the Eibishter's head?
If it adds to what's going on in your heart, then
How is it going to add to what's going on in your heart? Why? In other words, either yeah, or no. He either cares or he doesn't care. Mistami cares. The Eibush is probably intelligent, yeah? The Eibush is probably not schizophrenic. The Eibush is probably thought through. If he wasted his time giving us mitzvahs, Mistami knows what he's doing. Why is it not enough that he cared enough to give them to me?
It's so easy for him to give it to you. So I'm saying it's very easy for him to give you this mitzvah.
So
therefore, if you do it, it's like I'm saying, you can think like that. Like honestly, does Hashem care if I put on Rashi with the kavanah or not? Like he really cares. And why does it make a difference? If he cared, I would
but
pay you
I
twice.
still don't get why you would think that he doesn't. He's the Eibush.
Exactly, that's why.
Could you imagine the Rebbe? Right? You're not allowed to say in Lubavitch that the Rebbe is not the Eibush, right? But you imagine the Rebbe telling you something, and you wondering if he really cares? Would it ever cross your mind? If I told you to do something, you would think, does he really care? Because I'm an idiot. But a mensch who's real, why would you think for a moment that he doesn't?
Because when you look at him, you see.
What do you see?
Maybe he doesn't.
No,
Why did you think that?
I'm sad. That's a very satisfying answer for you.
Oh, but where's the question coming from?
Pure seichel question.
Oh, fine. If it's a pure secular question, we have to put a context on this question. And the context question is, it doesn't really matter what the answer is.
No,
because it can have a difference in the person later on, depending on who it is how the question is answered, because the way your seichel works usually should affect what you ask, how involved in what you do, how you do it, why you do it, etc. Whether you're doing it or not, we're not talking about. We're talking, you're doing it, fine, you're doing the mitzvah. Now, the way you understand it, the more you know about it, will affect majorly how much you do it, how involved you're doing it, whether you care that somebody else does it or not. There's a lot of different ramifications that the seichel did the question will have. But the basis is I think it's a seichel did the question.
Rabbi Friedman, you've been quiet for too long.
I spoke for too long. I mean, all the shilas and chassidus, the whole pilpul, the whole mesechta, is there really a rotzen? Is rotzen at kadmen? Is the Eibishter's rotzen really rotzen, or is it a taiva, or what should we call it? Because the Eibishter is tachos hapshitus, so where does the rotzen come from? It's a subject. And chassidus is relevant. So the shaila is, I mean, and you're asking why would we even have a shaila? Because there are so many indications that he doesn't need anything, or nothing affects him, and he's tachos hashlemus, and I guess these guys were confused over there on the film. So how do we reconcile these things? On the one hand, you say, of course, I mean, if he asks you to do it, mistama, he needs it, mistama, he wants it. But on the other hand, how does vikum tze'em rotzen?
And again, the answer to the question is, who cares?
Chassidus cares, no? Chassidus will masber sein, Yedias Hashem.
Is this a Hasidic question or is it a human question? Is this question, in this forum, asking a Hasidic question or a human question? I would like to believe that it's a human question. We're not just parroting what the books say. Right? So if it's a human question, we need to explore in ourselves why we're asking it, I think.
All these guys are from 770. I think it's a Chassidic question.